Hey guys, it's me Mr. 250 and welcome back to Sound of Drop Fall into Poison. I think we can finally go ahead and start going for some endings, or at least attempt to. So we're gonna go with Kenji-san for right now. I'll go with you, Kenji-san, to save Himeno. The reason I was able to make it this far was because the thought of saving her kept me going. That's what I want to believe in. I understand. As things stand right now, I thought that's what you'd say. I can understand. You have a strong resolve to save Himeno-chan. Yes, I've made my decision and I don't want to face any further doubts. I'd like us to go, but please, just wait for a moment. As I say this to Kenji-san, I squat down next to the girl on the ground. I take out the small keychain from my skirt pocket, the keychain with the starfish droplet. Mari and I, Himeno and I, and surely this girl and her father, this is the shape these bonds take on. I think rather than me holding on to it, this girl should have it back. I close the girl's hand around the keychain and clasp both of my hands together. If I can, I'll definitely... Wishing with all my might, I stand up. I'm sorry for keeping you waiting. You okay with this? The one who said we have no time was you, Kenji-san. I guess I did. Where's Himeno-chan? At the stage, inside a shed on the stage. From here, it'll be faster to go through the interior. We can pray that nothing happens to us on the way, but just in case, you should prepare yourself. Kenji-san, do you know the law governing the fixation of points here? What's that? It's a law that girl and I discovered. If we use it right, we should be able to safely reach Himeno and escape the Red Mantin Aquarium. As we walk, I tell Hiyoshi-san about the doors and the phenomena. It seems he hasn't learned the law needed to rebel against Mantin Aquarium. He listens intently to my story with a serious expression. We leave the Fish of the World booth behind. The moment of upheaval behind us, I can definitely see that our fate lies directly ahead. I'm not entirely sure how to get some of these bad endings, because they don't... They list it in kind of, not like a... They list it like the last decision you should make, so I won't know until I actually hit some of these decisions. Himeno! Hey, Mayu-chan! I cry out Himeno's name just as we reach the stage. Since the rule of fixed coordinates exists, does that mean we're safe for now? I run quickly into the shed. Himeno is there, unchanged from the last time I saw her. Mayu. When she gets choked up, Himeno coughs up parasites. The number of parasites wiggling on the wet floor is even greater than what I saw a few hours ago. You don't need to say anything. I'm here to save you, Himeno. Himeno's deterioration has gotten worse. Her eyes are hollow. You could probably say her recognizing me is a miracle. If we had been an hour later, what would have happened? Been. There's the first of the grammatical stakes. They're not even... Was that even grammatical? I just like sentence structure error. Oh well. It's scary just thinking about it. Thank you. Himeno hangs her head, her breathing ragged. Okay, could I stop having squishy sounds in my ear? Thank you. Let's go. Everything's going to be alright. If I touch Himeno, the parasites will probably try to attack me as well. Even so, if we're going to escape, I can't run away from the parasites. Though it's not the best solution, I have to choose what's more important. As I try to lend Himeno my shoulder, Kenji-san intervenes. I told you, didn't I? If you don't let me carry Himeno-chan, you won't be able to react if something does happen. Kenji-san removes Himeno from the chair and lifts her onto his back. His sense of stability makes me believe that, as he's so easily able to carry her, he could run with her much easier than I could. Isn't she a bit heavy? Himeno-chan, you need to go on a diet. She's gonna get mad at you, geez. My heart lightens up a bit as we joke back and forth. I feel a tightness in my chest as I worry over Himeno's condition. But you seem pretty reliable. Tell me that again later, after we've escaped. Kenji-san smiles at me, and we leave the shed. I follow him behind. You know, maybe the correct word should be if. First of all, there's no need to worry. Let's stay calm and get out of here. Following what he says, I run after him. Somehow, we were able to make it back here again. Kenji-san. Having come to just in front of the ticket gate at the entrance, Kenji-san stands stock still. Staring far past the entrance gate, he says nothing for quite some time. Sorry, let's go. Okay. As we step into the entrance, we are enveloped by a great light. I think that this light connects the two worlds. It really is the outside. Yeah. The place we've entered is the genuine article, the real Manton Aquarium. The amount of people has increased and we can hear the sounds of hustle and bustle. With Himeno on his back, Kenji-san is attracting attention, so he moves for the rest area immediately. I'm gonna go buy some drinks. Setting Himeno down on the sofa, Hiyoshi-san walks off towards the vending machines. Himeno is lying down fast asleep. Looking at her face from the side, I notice something. The parasites are gone. They really were a phenomena limited to that place. Looking at Himeno's healthy skin color, I'm convinced even more than before. She's been saved. As I think that, something wells up inside me. Like I told you earlier, you can't let your guard down yet. Having returned, Kenji-san hands me a canned drink. It's hot cocoa. Kenji-san is holding a bottled sports drink for himself. The hot cocoa permeates my body. It's sweet enough to smother the parts of my heart that aren't yet whole. This hot drink is perfect for a building where the air conditioner is going full blast against the hot early summer weather. In contrast to me, Kenji-san covered in sweat, downs his drink in one gulp. Although, I guess we should take a breather for now. Giving the now empty plastic bottle a good spin, Kenji-san settles himself onto the soda. There's a question I've been meaning to ask. Can I? What is it? My age? Well, that wasn't it. Although I am just a little curious. How old are you, by the way? I'm 22. How old are you, Mayu-chan? Himeno and I are both 15. We're in our third year of junior high. 7 years difference, eh? Well, what did you want to ask me? About getting in and out of the Red Manton Aquarium. Finishing up our idle chatter, I get down to business. It felt like it was not an entrance we passed through, so much as we went astray in order to reach the Red Manton Aquarium. Coming back, we passed through an exit. What's the difference? Do you know, Kenji-san? At first, I wasn't sure either. In the beginning, I also felt like I had gotten lost and wandered in. In the beginning? Then, Kenji-san, today you passed through an entrance to get to the Red Manton Aquarium? In other words, it's a general concept. I think the way we think about it is the problem. Can you give me more details? If I don't have more, I get the feeling I won't know how to get back in on the next day of the full moon. No need to worry, like we talked about before. What you need is a connection. If you aren't rejected by the Red Mansion Aquarium, then the way will open. The problem is the entrance. Thinking of it like an entrance and an exit is just an idea we constructed. So the door that connects Mansion Aquarium and the Red Mansion is really in our minds. What do you mean by that? If I think of that vending machine as an entrance, then it will become an entrance, is that what you mean? I pointed the vending machine Hiyoshi-san bought me cocoa from. I thought no matter what happened, we wouldn't get into that Red Mansion Aquarium. It's still just too much for me to comprehend. If you're able to believe from the bottom of your heart that it's the entrance, then yes. Anyway, the border between worlds isn't by nature that distant. It isn't like the wall separating a house from the outside. From the moment we become aware of it, an entrance is created. It's fine for us to think of it as a door or a ticket gate, even a window or a hole, and if it's not something like that, not be able to see it as an entrance. We would think it's strange to look at a wall and call it an entrance. Only a pure child could think of that as an entrance with all their heart. In other words, Kenji-san, what you want to say is that because I thought this is an entrance, then any other way in aside from the aquarium entrance disappeared? Kenji-san nods and adds, yeah. If you don't acknowledge it, it won't exist, but as soon as you do, it does. Maybe ghost or something like that as well. Anyhow, Mayu-chan, you should at least believe that on the day of the full moon, you can get back and forth to the Red Mansion Aquarium through the entrance. Yeah, I think the fact that we got out was proof enough of that. I take another sip of my cocoa. At the same time, I hear a loud thud at my side. Himeno! Sorry. It's the sound of Himeno losing her balance. In the beginning, I thought she had fallen into a deep sleep, but I guess I was wrong. Himeno is laughing, but her body, which I help up reflexively, feels extremely feverish. Himeno, this fever, it's awful. What? Fever? I'm telling you, I'm fine. This man is Hiyoshi-san, right? Why? I'll explain later, okay, Himeno? Right now, we better get you to a hospital. I'll call an ambulance. Hey, what's up with the two of you? Why are you so worked up? Yeah, I feel like I've got a fever, but I'm fine, okay? Well, she doesn't seem in bad enough shape to need an ambulance, Mayu-chan. We'll talk in more detail the next time we meet. There should be a place nearby where you can get a taxi, so take Himeno to the hospital. Hospital? You're already weakening. It makes sense that you have a fever. Don't dawdle, okay? Kenji-san appeals to Himeno in a soft tone. There's no mistaking that Himeno has no idea what's going on, but she nods at his words. Here, for the taxi. Kenji-san, seeing us seemingly in agreement, takes a wallet out of his pocket and pulls out a 5,000 yen note. That's not necessary. Really, you shouldn't... You can pay me back in a month if you want. Isn't it more important for you to get Himeno-chan to the hospital right now? Go look after her. Even though Kenji-san is worried, it's not as worried as he was back in the Red Mansion Aquarium. That's right. Surely the moment her body, weakened from her deteriorating condition, awakened, fatigue overtook her. Her high fever could easily be explained away as some sort of illness. Listen, I want you to promise me this. At the very least, I didn't lie to you. In 1 month on the day of the full moon, you two definitely need to come. Around the same time as today, midday works fine. I got it, really. Thank you so much for everything. There are many more things I want to say. Kinji-san, who saved not just me, but Himeno as well. He gave us all this information, and backed it up with his actions. I don't really get what's going on, but what's with this atmosphere? Look, you need to understand that your body is weaker than you think it is. You can get more details while you're in the taxi. Right. Kinji-san narrows his eyes and chastises Himeno. Watching Himeno actually get talked into something by someone else is somewhat refreshing. Well, later. We definitely won't fail. Right. Later. Kinji-san heads off somewhere before Himeno and I leave. So I guess we are gonna have to come back in like a month. There's a taxi stand on the basement level of Mantine's building, so we grab a ride from there. Due to her high fever, Himeno staggers about, but unlike in the Red Mantine Aquarium, it's not bad enough that she can't walk on her own. With one hand holding the railing and the other hand holding mine, she's able to gradually make her way on her own legs. I'm sure that when we get to the hospital, and she gets an IV drip in her or something, with a little rest she'll get better. Thinking back on it, this is the first time I've ridden in a taxi on my own. Sometimes my parents use one, but I usually just follow their lead and ride quietly. Raising my hand, getting in, telling the driver my destination, paying when we reach our destination, saying thank you. As we head for the taxi stand, I review the procedures in my head over and over and tighten my facial muscles so they don't look down on me or try to take us on unnecessary detours just because I'm a junior high student. If Himeno were in my shoes, she'd be fine, but since it's me, I have to give it my all. It's not like someone would hear me from inside the car, but I modestly raise my hand and call out. Without a word, the door opens. Then the driver calls out to us. That girl there, is she not feeling well? Alright to head for the hospital? The closest hospital in the area is Mantine General. Should we go there? Yes. As the driver prattled on, talking very fast, we sat down in the taxi's back seat. Himeno sat further in, and I took the seat closest to the door we got in through. Just as I had rehearsed in my head, we start off without incident thanks to the kind driver. Oh man, it's getting romantic back here. Despite that start boding well, we end up in heavy traffic. The Sunday night homebound rush hour. Wow, crazy. But I wasn't impatient. Hoping it might get better as we sat in the car, Himeno, though her breath was ragged, was able to talk to me in the taxi. If it's this crowded, wouldn't it be better for me not to go? No, it wouldn't. You might become faint like you were back in the rest area. Mayu, aren't you worrying too much? Well, it was really bad, you know. Oh, I just got an achievement. What was that for? Halfway there, you've gathered 50% of the CGs. Really, only 50? You must be getting a lot during the end of this. Ah, that's right, that's right. Give me the details. I don't remember much beyond the fact that I was being done in by bugs. I do remember you showing up and telling me it was going to be alright though, Mayu. Within this car that makes walking seem faster, I tell Himeno what happened after I got lost in the Red Mantine Aquarium. Most likely because we aren't talking to him. The driver turns the radio volume up. But that way suits us better anyway, so I decide to start from the beginning. Finding the fish corpses, the tank rupturing in the jellyfish booth, being saved by Kinji-san, hearing Mari's voice, reuniting with Himeno, meeting that girl, the contents of the journal that staff member left behind, and the secrets of the Red Mantine Aquarium that Kinji-san told me. I tell her all of it. having given voice to all these things, I'm able to put them in order for myself as well. We reached the point of choice I had to make in the Fish of the World booth. When I tell her my decision, Himeno's face changes. Driver, could you possibly stop the car here? Himeno clearly says this to the driver, right in the middle of the congestion. Hey, Himeno! As you were talking, I thought, that couldn't be. About Mari-chan, yeah. I think it'd be best to check when we go back in a month. It's hard to say, but it's probably because this is a conversation about dimensions that transcends time. Himeno, if you talk so much, you'll get worse. Himeno ignores me and continues. But what about that girl? She's living in a time unchanged from us. Then Mayu, that choice, you shouldn't make it. I'm happy you saved me. I probably would have died, but... Is it really okay to abandon someone in trouble right in front of you? But it was for you, Himeno. I know that. I can never thank you enough. Out of nowhere, it's like you became my hero. It's not that I want to argue with you. I don't want us to split up like we did back there, but I can't just go on without saying something. Mayu, you'll definitely regret it. Wow, that's dark. You'll regret this later, scumbag. Himeno's expression in and of itself is a serious one. In her eyes, there's no color change nor hint of weakening. I sit there, unable to respond to Himeno. Himeno smiles a bit, then continues. Mayu, if you're tired, then I'll go save that girl. Who that girl is has nothing to do with it. This time I have to show you my good side. I think, no way. Her voice is so strong that it makes me wonder just how much she could have recovered after that little rest. Himeno. Timidly I touch Himeno's forehead. It's so hot, it makes me almost pull my hand back in reaction. It makes it easy to see just how much she's overdoing it. Himeno's desire is real. However, her will alone won't bring her desires into reality. Like going back and saving that girl, for instance. I'm sure she's wobbly from standing up alone. If Himeno's resolution is to come to fruition, then there's only one way to do it. Even though it involves going against my earlier decision. Driver, please stop there. I say this before all my thoughts are even in order. During a break in traffic, I spot the entrance to a subway station. If I take that route, I can get back to Manton Station with no transfers. So, are we going to go back and try to rescue her before the full moon's over or whatever? Mayu, don't worry. I can definitely rescue her and make it back on my own. That's not it. If you understand me, Himeno, then I know all about you. You're overdoing it. I'm fine, so trust me. The taxi breaks away from the traffic and stops on the side of the road. I leave Himeno the 5,000 yen I borrowed from Kinji-san. Ask the driver, please take this girl to the hospital. I get out through the automatic door. Himeno pulls on the hem of my skirt and calls after me. No, why are you going alone, Mayu? If you were really that well, you'd jump out of the taxi right away, but you can't even manage that much. I'll go with you. Trust me. Wait for me. I'll carry your concern with me, Himeno. Mayu, but... I turn back to Himeno and put my all into forging a smile. I don't want to go back to such a scary place. That's how I really feel. But Himeno said I would surely regret it. She's right. Somewhere deep down in my heart I know it too. Kinji-san is no longer there. I can't rely on him. I truly am fighting in this battle alone. Even so, if it's for Himeno I can't fail. Ice cream. We haven't eaten it yet, have we? Let's eat some together. Right. This driver's like, what the heck are these kids talking about? The door closes with a hollow slam, and the car returns to the flow of traffic. I gotta go. Without looking back, I run down to the subway platform. Getting off at the station, I begin walking down the street in the night. It's the same street I walked down mere hours ago, but it seems completely different at night. I couldn't have imagined that this would happen. The full moon floating in the sky. Heading for Mantonese Building, it feels like I'm walking towards the moon itself. That mysterious light envelops the world. Surely that other world is equally illuminated by the light of the moon, which is why the Red Manton Aquarium exists. My gait seems especially courageous. I believe that only hours ago, I fought, overcame, and changed myself. Mantonese Building at night has taken on a new feeling. Thanks to its illumination, the contours of the building are more pronounced. Its sheer size is also more striking. Thinking deeply about the other world being born within this building, I feel that the light seeping out from the signs and windows is eerie. I'm home. I wouldn't have made such a joke this morning. I smile and giggle to myself. I've gone crazy.